Hey there. In the world of programming, data is rarely just sitting still. It's always growing, shrinking, and changing. Today, we're cracking open the essential toolkit for managing that dynamic data in Python, the super powerful and versatile list.
So think about it for a second. How do you actually handle something like a music playlist you're constantly adding songs to? Or a to-do list where you're checking things off and adding new tasks? Or even a video game inventory where you're picking up and using items all the time? This is the exact problem we're going to solve today.
Well, Python's answer is the list. It's the perfect container for this kind of thing because it's ordered, meaning items stay exactly where you put them, and it's mutable, which is just a fancy way of saying you can change it whenever you want. And to change it, you need the right tools, or as we call them in programming, methods. All right, so let's really lean into this idea of a programmer's toolkit. Inside this kit, we've got specific tools designed for every common job you'll face with lists. We're going to take a look at 4 of the most essential tools for adding and removing items. First up, let's talk about adding new things to our list. Sometimes you just want to toss something on the end, and that's fine. But other times, you need to place an item in a very specific spot. For that, you need a precision instrument. And for that job, the tool you're going to reach for is the insert method. It's super direct. It just needs 2 pieces of information. I for the index, that's the exact position you're aiming for, and X for the item you want to put there. Python then just automatically shuffles everything else down to make room. It's pretty cool. Okay, so how does this actually work? It's super simple, really. You just decide where you want the item to go by picking an index. Then you decide what item to add. You give those 2 things to the insert method, and boom, Python does all the heavy lifting of rearranging the list for you. Let's see this in action. We start with a simple list, 10, 20, 30. Now let's say we want to put the number 5 right at the very beginning, at index 0. We just call insert 0, 5. And just like that, the 5 is at the front, and everything else, the 10, 20, and 30, gets shifted 1 spot to the right. Perfect precision. Okay, so we're pros at adding stuff now. But what about the other side of the coin? Taking things out. This is where it gets interesting, because how you remove an item really depends on what you know about it. Do you know its value, or do you know its position? Choosing the right tool here is a really crucial skill. And this right here is the fundamental choice you have to make. Do you want to remove an item based on what it is, its value, or based on where it is, its index or position? If you know the value, you use remove. If you know the index, you use pop. 2 different tools for 2 different jobs. Okay, let's look at remove first. And here's a super important detail you gotta remember. We've got this list, and notice there are 2 20s in it. When we say remove 20, Python scans from the left, finds the first 20 it sees, and pulls it out. That second 20 at the end, it's left completely untouched. Remove only ever gets the first match. All right, now for its cousin, pop. With pop, we're targeting by position. So we tell it to pop 1, which points right to the number 20 at index 1. But here's the magic trick. Pop doesn't just delete the item. It actually hands it back to you. So we remove the 20 from the list, but we also catch it in this variable X, so we can use it later. This is incredibly useful. So we've done precision adding and targeted removal, but what if you just want to, wipe the slate clean and start over? For that, our toolkit has a big, satisfying reset button. That's where the clear method comes in. It's probably the easiest one to remember because it has exactly 1 job. Get rid of every single item in your list and leave it totally empty. It's the fastest way to start fresh without having to create a whole new list from scratch. And check it out. You start with a list full of stuff, you call .clear, and poof, it's gone. The result is an empty list, ready for whatever you want to do next. All the contents are gone in a single clean command. All right, let's do a quick recap. We've just added 4 fundamental tools to our toolkit that give you pretty much complete control over adding and removing items from any Python list. Think of this as your go-to cheat sheet. If you need precision placement, you're going to use insert. If you need to find and destroy the first item that matches a certain value, you use remove. To snatch an item from a specific position and keep it, you use pop. And for that total reset, you hit clear. Master these 4, and you've really mastered the basics of list manipulation. So there you have it. You've got the foundational toolkit for wrangling dynamic collections of data in Python. From here, you can build game inventories, manage user settings, process all kinds of data. Seriously, so much more. You have the tools. So the only question left is, what will you build?